The art of losing the winning election by Congress and how BJP won in Haryana October 2024. Major reason for Congress loss in Haryana: number 1, overselling brand Hooda; number 2, infighting and rift; number 3, overconfidence and complacency; number 4, overdependence on Jat Vote; number 5, Dalit Antagonisation; number 6, all eggs in one basket; number 7, unable to rein in rebels and smaller parties; number 8, faulty tickets and organizational mismanagement. If there was one state for the Congress to win, it was Haryana. A direct fight with the BJP with little space for vote split. The state had seen visible anti-incumbency, protest by farmers and rustlers, unhappiness over the Agniware scheme, and yet the BJP managed to retain it. This once again proves the point that the Congress has mastered the art of gloriously losing a winning election. The BJP won 48 seats out of 90 as against the Congress 37, proving exit poll wrong. Overselling brand Hooda. The party went overboard with the Hooda factor. It seemed that the entire show was being run by the father and son duo Bhupinder and Devendra Singh Hooda, with both senior and junior Hooda backing almost 70 out of 90 assembly seats. Kumari Selja scrapped through with 9 and Randeep Surjewala only 2 in the ticket distribution. It was one-sided affair. Hooda got most sitting MLAs nominated, many of whom were unpopular at local levels. This was asking to a gift to BJP, which fielded many new faces. Consolidation of Jat votes, counterproductive. The Congress relied heavily on Jat votes, who comprise almost 27% of the state electorate. The party gave 28 tickets to Jats, which deepened the perception that Hooda had his way and was set to become the chief minister. In a state where overselling the Jat factor has worked counterproductive for the Congress, there has always been a Jat non-Jat divide in Haryana politics, so the election became a Jat versus non-Jat affairs. There was a huge sentiment in a non-Jat sections against a Jat became the chief minister. The Congress banked heavily on consolidating the Jat vote alongside support from the farmers and Dalits and backing from the wrestling community that voiced grievances under BJP rule. The party was perceived as catering to Jat, prompting the BJP to solidify the non-Jat votes, especially among the OPCs who had not strongly supported the BJP in the Lok Sabha election. BJP have an opportunity to claim the election under the leadership of CM Nayab Singh Saini. The Congress had no clarity on the chief minister face. With Saini belonging to the OPC community, the BJP consolidated the non-Jat vote bank in its favor. Infighting and rifts. Congress internal division significantly hampered its campaign. Hooda's dominance over decision-making alienated other factions, particularly those loyal to Kumari Selja and Randeep Singh Surjewala. Some insiders even speculated that Hooda encouraged independent candidates to prevent the Congress from winning a comfortable majority, keeping intact its influence over any decision the party could take about who would be the chief minister. This strategy backfired, pushing the Congress below the majority threshold and leaving the party fractured and vulnerable. The divide widened the Hooda camp versus Randeep Surjewala and Kumari Selja bowed out in the open. They charted their own election yatras and press conferences and never did one see a united show with the Congress lieutenants all on one stage to send a message of unity. Dalit Antagonisation. Internal feuds, especially the one between Dalit leader Kumari Selja and Jat leader and former Chief Minister Hooda, seem to have played a key role in the Congress party's loss. The turning point in the election was the anti-Dalit remark against the party veteran and Dalit leader Selja Kumari that stirred the caste consolidation against the Congress. The video of a Congress supporter abusing Selja went viral and BJP leaders left no unstained to highlight the humiliation of a Dalit leader in the grand old party. This was when the Congress was hoping that a return of the Dalit to the party's fold in the Lok Sabha would further enhance its prospects in the assembly, but did little to nip the controversy in the bud. As Selja performed to sit at home for almost 12 days, the party top brass did not reach out to her, let alone vociferously snub her directors. This emboldened the anxiety within the Dalit community that the Congress had succumbed to its Jat leaders whose supporters were insulting Dalits, and neither Rahul Gandhi nor Congress President Mallikarjuna Kharge, who also hails from the same community, were doing anything about it. The Congress expectation of sweeping the Dalit votes that comprise the over 20% of the electorate did not materialize. The rise of the two Dalit-centered coalition, one of INLD with the Pakistan Samaj Party, the other of JJP with Chandrasekhar Azad Samaj Party, considered fractured the anti-BJP Dalit vote. All eggs in one basket. After the unexpected success in the Lok Sabha election, where Congress won half of the 10 seats, the party's confidence swelled, leading to complacency. With a palpable anti-incumbency sentiment against the BJP's 10 years rule, Congress assumed it would emerge victoriously, especially with the diminishing influence of regional parties such as the Indian National Lokdal and the Jannayak Janata Party. This overconfidence caused the leadership, particularly under former Chief Minister Bhupinder Singh Hooda, to make arbitrary decisions on ticket distribution, sparking internal rebellions that weakened the party's chances in several key constituencies. It would not have mattered which camp backed how many seats if the candidate selection were more transparent and authentic. But the party relied too much on its internal survey. It did little to gather alternate sources of data and ground inputs to cross-check whether the survey was accurate during ticket distribution. The party's internal poll pundit Sunil Kunugolu had delivered a success in Karnataka and Telangana, and so the party took the risk of putting its egg in one basket. Accusing Hooda of handpicking 72 of the Congress nominees, his party rivals complained to the party high command that loyal workers and supporters felt betrayed due to the lopsided candidate selection. A Congress leader unhappy with the ticket distribution alleged Sunil Kanugolu's team did a survey that became the basis of ticket distribution. Many times ground inputs can vary, but the party leadership was oblivious. The same survey was being recycled to multiple power centers like the screening committee, the Hooda camp and the party top brass, eventually leading to all of them having the same set of names. Needless to say, different voices like Kumari Selja or Randeep Surjewala were not a part of either the screening committee or the Central Election Committee. and so the only leader being had was from the Hooda camp. So the loss occurred for Congress. But on the wrong courses, with the hype and hoopla surrounding the election, the party was overconfident about overthrowing the BJP, with its internal survey projecting almost a 60 plus score for the Congress. This added to the complacency that had set in, and eventually the party ended by bunkling on more than a dozen seats by betting on the wrong course. Heavy lobbying by different stakeholders had sitting MLAs with corruption charges getting tickets. Then kith and kin with big surnames were given preference to favor dynastic families. Sonipat Congress candidate Surinder Banwar contested from jail, unable to rein in rebuild smaller parties. The assembly election had become hyper-local and were being fought at the micro level, with individual preferences and neighborhood loyalties gaining prominence. But Congress gave one seat to the left and charted its own territory in the state, leaving the field free for other players to take a chance. The Bahujan Samaj Party was in alliance with the INLD, while Chandrasekhar Azad was with the JJP. So the voters against the BJP had multiple choices if they wanted to vote against it. Although the latter alliance could not do much, it got almost 1% of the votes. The INLD and Bahujan Samaj Party combined managed to back approximately 6% of the votes in a keenly contested election, and the first past the post system, even a fraction of votes can decide an election. The combined vote share of these two formations is around 7%. Together, they surely dealt a blow to the Congress, which had been banking heavily on Jat and Dalit support. Even the Aam Aadmi Party was looking to align with Congress and hoped it could well be a start of the first chapter after the Delhi debacle in the 2024 Lok Sabha election. However, despite Rahul Gandhi asking party leaders to show magnanimity and hold proper talks with Aam Aadmi Party, nothing materialized. One senior leader privy to alliance talks said the message from the Congress state unit was that we did not need the Aam Aadmi Party as we were already winning the election, and the party workers could get demoralized if the alliance happened. Hooda should have been accommodative, but instead he was so defiant that he did not even listen to his leader Rahul Gandhi, who was in favor of forming an alliance with the Aam Aadmi Party. Many rounds of negotiation did take place between the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress leader. True, the former did not win any seat in the election, but it got roughly 1.78% of the votes. If it had allied with the Congress, it would have sorely ordered to the India bloc's account. Two major parties, BJP and Congress, receiving nearly 80% of the votes polled in the election. In terms of the vote share, the gap between the BJP and Congress was just 0.8% in favor of the BJP. Congress relied on allies in weak regions but ignored them where it was strong. Congress knows how to turn a winning innings into a loss. Its overconfidence and arrogance of local netas led to its defeat. So the smaller players nippled the anti-incumbency votes away and took the steam out from the Congress attack on many seats. What added to the miseries of Congress were the rebuilds. The party could not train them, least of all specify them to withdraw their candidature, and that damaged Congress in almost a dozen seats. Bible talks about the art of losing the winning election by Congress and how BJP won in Haryana. in Proverbs chapter 21 verse 25. Despite their conqueror's desires, the lazy will come to ruin, for their hands refuse to work. Also in Ecclesiastes chapter 9 verse 11, I realized another thing, that in this world fast runners do not always win the races, and the brave do not always win the battles. The wise do not always earn a living. Intelligent people do not always get rich, and capable people do not always rise to high position. Bad luck happens to everyone, also for conquerors in India.